Welcome to the American Bank Center. My name is Doug Kesterson, joined alongside former Islander point guard Brittany Fowler. And we're glad you're with us here this afternoon on the Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF in the Corpus Christi area. Islander women are 16-7 overall, 10-3 in Southland Conference play. The Abilene Christian Wildcats 18-4 overall, 10-3 in Southland Conference play. They have Abilene listed in the third spot, the Islander women listed in the fourth spot, and win today for the blue and green means we move to number 3, Brittany.
Right above them, where we should be. Actually, we've already beat them in preseason play.
Yes, already earlier this season in Abilene. It was a decisive victory for the blue and green. And the starting lineup for the Islander women tonight, and leading back off everything again, will be number 12, Day Evans. She's the 5'7" senior guard from Bel Air, Texas. In the 2 spot, number 21, Emma Coleman O'Brien. You know her, maybe know her as Emma Young, but Emma Coleman O'Brien, 5'10" senior guard from Nicholasville, Kentucky. In the 3 spot, number 22, Delicia Booth, the 5'9" senior guard from San Antonio, Texas. And her 6th consecutive start, the freshman, number 13, Lacey Westbrook, the 6'1" freshman forward center from Kansas City, Missouri. Last but not least, the 6'3" senior from Cibolo, Texas, number 2, Alexis Bryant. So glad you're with us here this afternoon. Hope you're ready for a great basketball game in Southland Conference style. Brittany, you're a former member of the Southland Conference. This is a tough, physical style of play.
It's a tough conference, and you got ACU here today. They're scoring 80 on average a game. We're holding opponents at 57 a game, so this is going to be a fun game to watch. Something's going to give.
Something's going to give, and let's hope that the blue and green's defense, which is number 1 in defensive field goal percentage, number 1 in blocks, and number 1 in rebounds in the Southland, will hold true today.
Yeah, I think if they come out, they just had a loss, but if they come out on fire, they have a good chance against ACU like they already did in the preseason conference match. They came out with a win. They come out again today. At the end of the season, it puts them in a good ranking spot when it comes to the postseason play.
Absolutely. You want to be in that 3 or 4 spot, get a first-round bye in the Southland Conference tournament. Seems to do a little bit better. Here we go. Alexis Bryant and number 44, Lexi Duque, to control the tip. Lex wins most of them and does again. There's Day Evans, the senior, playing with a little bit of a brace. She got hit in the face versus Stephen F. Austin on a low play down low along the baseline.
Westbrook's asking for it in the middle. I think she's going to play really aggressive since
Booth for 3, just a little off, but a rebound comes away to number 30, and that's McLeod for Abilene. Hear a lot of communication off the bench already.
Hey, you got a little 3-2 zone by the Islanders here.
Oh, what a nice hit from Day Evans. Uh-oh. Day's going to take it in right to Delicia.
There we go. Way to look ahead.
That's a highlight film right there. Falling down assist to Day Evans. Islanders lead 2-0.
Islanders put on a little bit of a short press with them. Now they're back in that 3-2. ACU likes to shoot outside. They don't really do a lot inside, so they're going to try to force them to get it inside and make sure we take away the baskets on the outside.
That's a contested 3, and that's off the iron. Rebound, Bryant.
Looks like Day's having a hard time trying to wear that mask and play. She keeps on having to try to fix it.
It's very uncomfortable. You've never used something like that before. Emma Coleman O'Brien had the ball knocked away right into the Brianna Wright's hand. It looked like Duque hit her arm and let it go. Didn't foul her. That was a smart play there.
Brianna Wright with that fast break play right there. She's one of their high scorers for ACU.
She's averaging 17 a game, but 3.6 rebounds. And they're going to make her uncomfortable today, the Islanders are.
I think that would be a good idea to be positive for us. Trying to work some offense right here. Day's trying to look to see someone to get open. Wright wants it in. Westbrook runs it inside.
Now Bryant's got it with a spin move. Going to work up and in.
Taking it baseline. Good shot. There we go.
Yeah. That's Lexus's forte. That's play number 1 in her wheelhouse.
Here they are in this full court, soft little press right here, trying to see if they can't get some turnovers.
Emma comes away with it. They're going to call a jump ball. It'll be Abilene's ball, but they'll get a fresh.
It's a good job by the Islanders trying to stir up the offense. They've done it twice already coming down the floor.
Mm-hmm. Abilene ball after the jump ball call because of the opening tip.
There's that outside shot that they keep looking for, and it fell that time.
5-4, Abilene on top. A little bit of closely contested game in the first quarter back in Abilene in the middle of January. I believe it was January 11th when that game happened. Seems like forever ago.
Islanders trying to get something going here. You can see them. They're trying to get a play running, trying to see what works. They'll get here enough.
Booth's
good
up
drive. And the
and
foul.
one. Delicia Booth, preseason all first team Southland Conference selection. Taking it to the rack. Islanders have a chance to go back up 2.
Who got that foul? Oh, there we go. Number 3.
Dominique Golightly.
Golightly. If we can get her a foul trouble early, that would be really nice. She's another top scorer for ACU.
Booth's averaging 77% from the free throw line. And that was a temp number 102. She's made 79 free throws this year.
Putting pressure on him, full court again. Now going man. They were in a little zone earlier. They're trying to switch it up and see what happens here. Almost got that block. Good defense with the hands up.
Nicely done. Nicely done. If you can watch that at home, that was fantastic. That's textbook defense.
She's wide open. She didn't know she didn't have anybody. And I thought that mask kind of takes away that peripheral vision for her. Good shot.
Around the world and in. 9-5 Islanders.
There we go. Once again, putting on that full court pressure, causing a turnover for ACU.
Delicia with 5 points already. That mask might be a little large for Day Day.
It does look kind of big, doesn't it?
It's a little too far off her nose, I think. As Evans, the senior, works over to the right wing. They're making your post player cover out way outside the perimeter.
There's some motion in the key.
8 seconds to shoot for the Islanders.
Oh.
Booth's got it.
Take it all the way in for the layup and score.
Nicely done. Delicia Booth on fire with 7 points here, not even halfway through the first quarter.
Oh.
And they're going to call the foul on Alexis Bryant, her first personal. First team foul for the Islanders.
They scored really quickly, and trying to transition into a full court defense is kind of difficult. You got to have your head on a swivel and find whichever man you in. I think that's where they fell off there, trying to pick up full court, and that's why she drew that foul, trying to get that girl as they pushed on the floor not to score, which is a good thing. She didn't score, so we'll take that over the points for now.
McLeod's at the free throw line, knocking the first one down, a 79% free throw shooter. She scored 201 points this season for Abilene, 9.6 points a game with 3 rebounds per contest. Second free throw on the way and good. Islanders lead by 4, 11-7. We'll have a media timeout coming up underneath the 5-minute mark. Back out to Bryant at the top of the key. Working around. Now Bryant's going to take it straight to the hole.
There we go. Good shot. And the charge. She was set.
And that was after the basket had already been scored.
It was after the basket.
Okay. Some of those things you just can't control on some of the plays, even though you may not agree with it.
That's her second foul. So she's going to have to sit down for a little bit so she doesn't get any more foul trouble.
Head coach Royce Chadwick talking to one of the officials over here near us, and the official's like, I don't know, I didn't see it. Booth guarding right now. See, this is what I was telling you in pregame a little bit. You're going to make right, bring the ball up, not across the middle. She does not like that.
Yep, just keeping her on the sideline. Talking on defense. They did a switch right here. You got to get back.
See, she wants to kick out.
Oh,
nicely done from Day Day Evans. She wants those threes, and that's what Abilene likes to do. They want to be able to hit those threes.
Away from that line.
Drive in. She's not necessarily looking to score all the time. She's going to kick it out for a three, which is debilitating. If you let them happen to hit there, it's just those sinkers.
And they shoot really well, 40+% from the outside, so can't let them have those shots.
Westbrook, the guard, and the junior. See, they're in the face. Here's the drive, wants to kick.
See if it's there. It's not. We got some good defense. Westbrook comes out.
And nicely done from McLeod.
Shot.
She's got 7. You can hear the coaches saying that was too easy. Let's go. 11-9 Islanders. A double screen. There's Evans. Works around.
Trying to get something going here for the Islanders. Daddy's working it to the inside. Kicks it out.
Booth feeds Westbrook.
She wants some. There it is.
Oh, the freshman. Nicely done.
She's really making a name for herself these past couple of games. She's been getting more minutes. Really got to look for her to score because she is a scorer.
And she draws a lot of contact when she's down low. She will go to the free throw line and has improved her shooting percentage. Look, the three that they wanted right there wasn't open. They're going to kick back now. She's trying to step back for a three, and that's good.
Yeah,
and that's her forte.
That's what they did up top. They had to switch, and they had Matthews out there on that guard on right, and so she took advantage of that.
Having Lex out there is a little bit more of a mismatch, 6'3" to a 5'10".
Trying to make something happen, hitting it inside.
Matthews with the turnaround.
Right in the paint. Didn't fall.
Here comes McLeod for the Wildcats. Going to try to back behind herself. Wanted looking inside. Adams forced it in.
They're up by 1 now. We got to transition and get some points like we did in the beginning of the game.
Head coach Lois Chadwick getting ready to get another reserve in here. Here comes number 1, Gianna Wright, getting ready to check in.
Trying to move the ball, trying to get something working here.
Coleman O'Brien working with it now.
3 seconds in the key. Oh, foul. She called foul.
I believe she called a 3, and that's the stop we needed. Timeout on the floor. Islanders trail by 1 with 3:27 to go in the first. Stay with us. More to come. Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas, and live on KDF.
Please join us in congratulating Alicia on this incredible milestone.
Back live at the American Bank Center, I'm Doug Kesterson, joined alongside Brittany Fowler. Islander women trail by 1. 3:27 to go in the first quarter. Glad you're with us here today on the Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas, and live on KDF here in Corpus Christi. Timeout on the floor, and I believe that was a 3-second violation in the lane against the Islanders.
ACU has the lead right now, 14-13, but if we look at, three-point line, they're 2 for 3 at the three-point line, 66%. We knew they were going to shoot that. If we keep them from hitting those outside shots, then we have a good chance of keeping them from scoring and obviously hitting it down on our end. We've been hitting shots. Our percentage right now is 75% from the field.
That's fantastic.
You can't do much better than that.
No. 6 of 8 from the floor is fantastic. And it looks like the Islanders going to press this time.
We're back into that full court. Let's see what happens when they get it in. Maybe a little pressure, trying to see if we can get a turnover real quick.
Abilene's not used to being forced. And
Get
Evans took the mask off.
Yeah, that was way too uncomfortable for her. I think it was a good job taking it off.
McLeod now guarding with him, Coleman O'Brien.
Good defense.
There's a steal. Got it back. They got to reset, 10 to shoot. She's going to step back for a 3.
See a double screen at the top. Stepping back. Yeah, rolled out.
Wow.
That's her shot right there.
It is. Inside to Westbrook. Out to a wide open Booth for 3.
Didn't drop. Those will drop. They've been hitting inside. That's the first shot that I've seen from outside for the game. Defensive board right there.
Yeah, nicely done from Westbrook. Going in there, boxing out Adams.
Screen at the top for Day. She's looking for something. Right inside. She wants it. Gets a little screen. Booth at the top. Oh.
Coleman
board.
O'Brien to
Shoot
clean
that.
it up.
Oh. She hit a little reverse. She made the shot a little more difficult for herself instead of putting it straight in, but
It made it look
work.
easy.
She made it work.
Working inside to Adams on Westbrook.
Yes, offensive. She put that.
Yes.
She put that elbow around.
Wrap around. Yep, they call that every time. Westbrook, the freshman, that's what I'm really most impressed with her stepping in is she has stepped in.
She's
It's the
done a great
moment's
job.
not been too big for her. She was not up to speed, so to speak, in the very beginning of the year.
That's a freshman. That's
It took time, but you're
now
right.
she's there. But now she's under the groove. We're in the last halves of the season, and she's stepping up, finding her role. She's becoming a scorer, a rebounder, a blocker, like we talked about. She's doing a great job. She's going to be a great asset for this A&M team for the next 3 years.
And I've got the best seat in the house watching her 3 more years. 12 to shoot. Booth got tripped up. And Nesbitt forcing the loose ball there.
It's just an accidental foul.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do much more about that. Just trying to run down the floor. Bigger girls have the posts have a hard time stopping compared to the guards.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes that just happens.
Yes, they do. They do have a little bit harder time slowing momentum down.
Yes.
There's some fans back behind us that are not happy.
Oh, good stop on defense. See if she get that defensive board. Everybody's on the ground for it.
Jump ball should be
ours.
Islander possession. And it is. A minute 19 to go. Islanders lead by 1, 15-14. Inbound to Tori Nesbitt, the sophomore from Cibolo, Texas. Works up. Coleman O'Brien's open down into the
good
baseline
backdoor cut. Reverse again. Those 2 back-to-back reverse shots. Great shot, but Coleman O'Brien looking at driving the baseline, getting that backdoor cut, and then reversing it on the other side.
Booth guarding right, and you'll see that a lot more today. Coleman O'Brien on McLeod. She's trying to sit in there. Now they switched.
Good defense once again by the Islanders. They're doing a great job.
They do not. Abilene does not like pressure.
And the rebound again. Great board right there. Forced a shot, and it came back out. Running down the floor, trying to get some offensive momentum here.
Matthews from the free throw line.
Good shot.
All day and twice on Sunday. 19-14 Islanders.
This will be the last 23 seconds.
Unless they force a turnover.
No shot clock here.
See Wright again. Booth not allowing her to take
They're
her
doing a
sweet
double
time
screen
from.
at the top. They're going to switch everything. So Matthews is going to be stuck out here with the shooter. She's really just got to stay out on her. The kick out. Oh, and they hit 3 seconds if they could get it in fast and get a shot.
Still, the Islanders, after the first quarter, take a 2-point lead heading into the second frame. We have more coming up here with us. Stay with us at Islander Digital Network, powered by EP Texas and live on KDF. We'll be back right after this. Back on the Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF here in Corpus Christi. I'm Doug Kesterson, joined alongside Brittany Fowler. The Islanders lead 19-17. This is a doubleheader here today at the American Bank Center. So if you guys would like to come join us and see the action in person, we invite you to do so. Tickets are still available right now at the box office here at the American Bank Center. And we'd love to see your bright, shining, smiling faces in a beautiful Saturday midday here in Corpus Christi.
come out, watch some basketball, then go out and enjoy the sunny weather.
Absolutely. Valentine's weekend to get out and about, but come down, bring your sweetie down here. We'd love to see you. And I got a tweet in on my Twitter from Lacey's mom. Said her Lacey Westbrook, her little brother, scored 6 baskets today in his game and challenged her to do the same. So sibling rivalry hopefully helps the Islanders get a victory.
I think she's got it.
McLeod out there with Nesbitt on her, and now the switching.
Continue with the screens
Mabry
and switching on defense.
Back to McLeod. See, the lanes are cut off. You got Campbell on right. You got a senior and a freshman, and not there. Nicely done. And they boxed out Duque.
Nesbitt with the board, bringing it up the floor.
No looker. Campbell had a 3, takes it inside. Back out. Right to Gianna Wright.
It's good
Nesbitt.
ball movement. Someone's got to take the.
Matthews, rebound, fouled. Oh, no
they
call.
didn't call it.
It did hit the rim, though, so the Islanders got a fresh 20. Coleman O'Brien going to take it in. No call.
No call. Transition defense right here. The Islanders got to pick up, figure out who they have.
And, of course, what we did not call on our side, they call on this end.
Yeah, Brianna Wright's going to try to either drive or shoot out every time. She's one of their high scorers for ACU, so you got to look to stopping her.
And she's an excellent free throw shooter. 87% on the season. She scored 374 points coming into today's action. Right to today so far with 5.
And the basket goes in for her, just like we thought it would with her percentage.
Head coach Royce Chadwick talking to the officials like we're going. You call it. He said what I said just now. I said rare miss from Brianna Wright. Rebound to Coleman O'Brien. Islanders still lead by 1.
Islanders trying to run a play right here. Coach Chadwick wants it ran. He knows what's going on. Shot is a little short.
Matthews is picking herself up a little bit late getting back there. Contested 3, nicely done there.
And
right into the hands of Nesbitt. Nesbitt feeds Coleman O'Brien. Here we go.
I'm pretty sure she's going to take that in. No, numbers aren't good. We got to take care of the ball right there. The turnovers, these little turnovers are going to be what's going to be the difference in these game winners right here for them. Reaching inside.
Here the fans behind not happy with that call. It's like you didn't even touch her. Here comes Alexis Bryant, and seeing the action for the first time today, the sophomore from Tilden, Texas, number 20, McKenna Serrata, with the huge left knee brace on. It looks like a football brace to me.
It is pretty big.
She's extremely athletic. Long arm, too. McLeod's shot is a little bit, wow. I didn't think that was going to hit it in there. Abilene retakes the lead now, 21-19.
McLeod has 10 points. For ACU, we got to get out there like we talked about. They're hitting those threes. The ball's going in, so we got to continue to get them stopped like we did that first quarter, excuse me.
Bryant at the top of the key.
Someone's wide open. They were a little confused on defense there. See if Nesbitt came back and stop that drive.
And she laid her shoulder right into her. Okay.
You're not allowed to grab the ball after you make a basket and throw it. That's what she did.
Okay.
They're in a little zone press, ACU. After a couple turnovers, they're trying to get us flushed in a little bit. And back two turnovers back to back. Let's see. There it is.
Nicely done.
Way to come back.
Islanders down 2. Out on the wing now.
You'd almost want them rather to drive than to shoot outside. So playing really far outside, good defense. I would almost say, like they are doing, playing really far outside and letting them drive because we have that help inside. What's beating us right now is that three-point shot. So continue to do what they did in that first quarter is really play them outside, switch on those screens like they're about to do right now. See how she let her drive a little bit too much on that, obviously.
Yep.
And the help was supposed to come over and everybody rotates over. If that help comes over, then that shot isn't there.
Abilene up by 4 now. And they want to look like they want to press a little.
Little pressure coming up the floor. finding the middle. Now trying to work the ball and see what's open.
Starters will get ready to come back in here in just a moment. Some nice minutes from the reserves.
Good pass. Oh.
There's the foul on. That's number 32. That's Michaela Mabry. That happens here, as I mentioned. Here's Delicia Booth and Day-Day Evans ready to check back in. Lexus Bryant's been playing very well, averaging double figures all season long, and then Lacey Westbrook and Coleman O'Brien all coming back in. Lex is averaging 74% from the free throw line, 55 of 74. She has 103 blocks on the season. She's number 3 in the Southland in blocks this season. The Islanders as a team are number 1 overall, with no blocks yet. First free throw from Bryant, perfect.
Good shot.
I love that backspin. It is a thing of beauty to watch those.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful shot. You work endlessly on trying to get a form like that.
Here comes Coleman O'Brien. Going in for Bryant for a moment.
Once again, trying to put some full court pressure on ACU right now, trying to get a turnover. We got to keep them from shooting outside, so putting a little pressure full court will help us.
Almost near stepping that on the line. Evans.
Oh, that's a travel. That's another travel right there,
They not even call it. There's a steal.
With the steal. Oh, and they got it right back. Trying to put some more pressure on just like they did.
Now working over, trying to hit that inside for Go Lightly. She can hit from contested.
Stay outside with them. Get that drive. Good defensive stop with the turnover for ACU.
Looked like a little bit of a hot potato there. There was like,
was.
oh, I wasn't ready for it, but Islanders forcing it down 2.
Coleman O'Brien wants it inside. She doesn't have over 1,000 points for no reason.
No. Booth. Serrata with the rebound, reaching up and over.
Wait, give her the points over the back. That probably was a foul.
Sure.
They didn't call. Ruth at the top of the key trying to find something. Finds it in the lane and then 2 points.
Look at that little floater off the hand. Tied it back up.
She's having fun. I love seeing people smiling like that on the floor. She's loving this.
Booth with 9. They're not letting Duque get open. She wants to fall in the post, and she's trying to do it. And Westbrook is
blocking her. Oh, she didn't pay attention, and that's another turnover. ACU, good defense.
Nicely
good
done.
Pressure.
They're allowing, bringing in number 31, Maddie Miller. Miller's going in for number 3, Dominique Go Lightly for the Wildcats. 5:02 left here in the second quarter, tied at 25. Media timeout coming up under the 5-minute mark. Next ball stoppage.
I'd say we got some momentum right now. If we come in and get another basket like we have the last 2 rounds, that we've brought the ball down the floor, put us in good with momentum, and there it is.
Westbrook. 4 points for Westbrook, but her minutes and work down low is invaluable. You cannot really put a price on it. She's huge with her. Miller going to work around.
She caught back on defense.
Travel.
And
the bench was forcing that. I don't know if you heard somebody yelling travel. That's the timeout we needed. Islanders take a 2-point lead. 4:29 to go before halftime. Stay with us. More to come. Islander Digital Network, powered by AP Texas and live on KDF. Back at the American Bank Center on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Corpus Christi, Texas. Live on the Islander Digital Network powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF. Islanders with a 2-point lead with 4:29 to go before halftime. Leading scorer in the ball game for both squads will be number 30, Anna McLeod. She has 12 points, 8 points for Brianna Wright. But the Islander women moving up the ranks as well. Delicia Booth with 9, 6 for Alexis Bryant, 4 for Lacey Westbrook, and Emma Coleman O'Brien with 4. So nicely done with a 2-point lead. And rebounding margin, the Islanders have doubled up ACU, 14-7 on the rebounding margin.
Yeah, which shows too. I mean, points in the paint. Like we said, they like to shoot outside. They only have 10 points in the paint. We have 20 points in the paint, so we're really feeding it inside. We would have liked to see more fouls since we are shooting it more in the paint. And I think some of them have been there, but we're not getting so many calls on the inside right now. I think that might change. It's sometimes an art to try to be able to shoot it in the paint and try to get that contact for the foul so the refs can actually see it a little bit better.
Well, I mean, you just have to play what the hand has dealt you, and if they're not going to call it, then they don't call it. Coleman O'Brien has to move.
Inside. 3 seconds in the key.
Who was that on?
I believe it was on Bryant, but there was a lot of them in there, so I'm not sure.
They're going to force Brianna Wright and make her uncomfortable all day. Look, she's trying to cross across the middle, and she has to slow up. It's not really affecting the time across the timeline. It's slowing up their offense. Coleman O'Brien on Duque. Look at, they're working hard down there. They're trying to feed it in.
Inside. With that arm, like you said, she's all right. She's all right-handed.
She had to work up and around, and Coleman O'Brien just couldn't get her hand up enough in time to block it. Tied at 27. Booth inside to Westbrook, looking back out for Day Evans.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Coach is calling a play. They want to run something these last 10 seconds, and here we go. Got to make something happen here.
4, 3, 2, shoot it!
Jump shot from the key. Good.
Oh!
With the runner.
Just like he draw it up.
Shot a little runner at the free throw line. Nothing but net.
Evans now with 4 points.
Continuing to put pressure outside.
Knocked away by Westbrook. Look at that. And no contact on it either. Here's an interesting note for you guys watching along today. Lacey Westbrook.
Oh, she got hit in the nose.
Her cousin is Russell Westbrook. Yes, of the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, you got the family behind us wearing all red.
Booth goes up. No contact. Rebound coming away to Mabry. And now it's Wright going to work up through the wing. Islanders lead by 2. Maddie Miller can hit the 3.
Good defensive stop right there. They switched on that screen, made them pick it up.
12
10
seconds to shoot.
almost.
Yeah.
Wright's going to look for it outside, and there it is. There we go.
Okay, so they called a foul on Lexi Duque.
She's been doing that. She has been wrapping him up down at the bottom, trying to get boards. Good thing the referee saw it.
Duque was initially at Rice and transferred over to Abilene, I believe 3 years ago. I think we saw her freshman year at Rice when the Islander women played there. 2 minutes to go. Evans.
Oh, Wright's working inside. She did a great job. That's
on Duque.
There it is.
That's back-to-back fouls on 44.
How tall is Wright? 5'11"? Okay.
Yes.
Battling against the 6'1", ex-Rice D1 player. Obviously D1 again here at A&M Corpus, but that's a tough battle right there, and she showed it to her and got the foul.
Islanders want to take the lead heading into the half. Back out to Gianna Wright. There's Day Evans.
Westbrook inside fighting. She got position, and we missed her.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Got to take that shot. Good.
Off the front of the rim, rebound to Brianna Wright.
Transition defense right here. Once again, a stop by Westbrook. She just couldn't hold on to it. Almost got that
Yeah,
got that steal.
Adams is not near as strong as Westbrook. Adams wound up on the floor.
Oh, yes, she did.
The Duques have been able to battle and keep her balance a little bit, but not against Westbrook. And Adams is a senior from San Antonio, right on right. Out of bounds.
Once again, good defense by Westbrook.
You're not moving her.
No.
And she has not gone through the
I think
whole
they're giving
year.
it back to ACU. So not a turnover.
Wrong call on the official, and they know it. That's horrible.
Oh, she's going to shoot that outside from the men's three. If we would have blocked out right there, it might have been over the back. Good pressure by Day. I don't think she's going to. That's an offensive
Player
foul.
control
Yes,
foul.
sir, it is. Yes,
And she's
sir,
getting
it
up
is.
grinning like, whatever.
It was. She had too much pressure on her. She didn't know what to do with it, so she lowered her shoulder.
And she's grinning, acting like, well, she flopped. Well, no. Now that's what Adams is trying to call an influence, saying she flopped. No.
No. She had too much pressure put on her. She didn't know what to do, so she lowered her shoulder into her.
A minute
Created
20
the
left.
foul.
Islanders trail by 1.
Good
Como
backdoor
right.
cut, good pass. Oh, we couldn't hold on to it. There was just one hand in there.
She wanted a 3, going to try to drive in and kick out.
Kick it out. Oh.
That's
where-
exactly where you
yep.
said that you cannot allow
That's
to
it
happen.
right there. You almost want to not help and stay out. Little pressure by ACU here. Someone's wide open.
Evans back out to Booth. Wanted the 3.
Oh, thought
Oh,
too much
come
about
on.
it. Shuffled her feet a little bit.
38 seconds. Islanders down 4.
Going to continue to put pressure full court.
I can tell you for sure that the Islanders have been fantastic at second half adjustments. More times than not, they are working it. Wright's trying to separate.
Oh, good move. She didn't see right there. She had a wide open layup, and they decided to kick it out. Westbrook with the board.
Out to Evans,
They
11
ain't pushing
seconds.
it. Boost on the backside, wide open. Oh, there we go.
Evans with the primal scream. And that's it. Halftime. Islanders cut it down to 2. Trail the Wildcats 33-31. We'll be back in a few minutes here. We'll give you the halftime stats brought to you by HEB, and we'll look around the Southland Conference as well. 33-31. Back on the Islander Digital Network, powered by AP Texas, and live on KDF. Stay with us. We got a lot more to come. Back at the American Bank Center, I'm Doug Kesterson, and this is Brittany Fowler. Halftime here. The Islanders trail by 2, 33-31, with 11:45 to go in half. And it's time to go over the stats brought to you by our good friends over at HEB. HEB, no store does more. HEB Plus with curbside and delivery service. Just check HEB.com for details. Believe me, I've used it. My wife has used it as well. She loves it. It's a fantastic option. Big thank you, HEB, longtime sponsor of the Islanders. Of course, they bring you the halftime and postgame stats. Let's go over it for the visiting Abilene Christian Wildcats. You have 11 points for Brianna Wright and 15 for Anna McLeod. They got 33 total right here with a 2-point lead over the Islander women at half. Rebounding margin, Islanders lead 15-11. They have 5 assists but turned the ball over 9 times. The Islanders have been able to get the 8 points off the turnovers, off those 9 turnovers. So not enough in that category, Brittany.
Not enough like they're used to, but like we already knew, ACU is going to shoot outside, and they were hitting, but we've held them to 48%, which is a high percentage, but they're normally shooting much higher percentage. So if we can stop them on the outside, this is a totally different game.
Absolutely it is. The Islanders are shooting even better from the floor in the first half, 53%. Leading scorer for the Islanders is number 22, Delicia Booth. Delicia has 9. Now, here's the interesting mark. All but 4 players have logged points for the Islander women, and that's great. You got 6 for Alexis Bryant, 4 for the freshman Lacey Westbrook, 6 for Day-Day Evans, 4 for Emma Coleman O'Brien, 2 for Tierra Matthews. Islanders out-rebounded the Wildcats 15-11, 5 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive. Islanders with 24 points in the paint. That's lather, rinse, repeat, and just keep adding to it.
Abilene only has 2 scores right now. They have Wright McLeod. Wright is known to score. She's one of the high scorers on the team, and McLeod's stepping up. But those are the only 2. You have 11 from Wright and 15 from McLeod, and they're majority from outside shots. 2 for 4 and 3 for 4 from the three-point line. So we stop even just those 2, and it's a totally different game.
For the Islanders, typically throughout the season, first quarter's been great for you. Usually typically outscore your opponents more in the first quarter. Second quarter has been down just a little bit. Third and fourth quarters, the Islanders have been able to pour it on. They were outscored by the Wildcats by 4 points in the second quarter, but outscored them by 2 in the first. So we'll have to see how it's going to translate and turn around and happen. We got a lot more to come. We're going to take a look around the Southland Conference coming up next, give you some scores from around the area as the Islanders and the Wildcats are battling it out here at halftime at the American Bank Center. Stay with us. 33-31. Islanders trail by 2. More to come. Islander Digital Network powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF. Back here at the American Bank Center, 4:55 to go in halftime. Islanders trail by 2, 33-31, and scores from around the Southland Conference this afternoon. It's halftime. Central Arkansas, who's one of those teams on the bubble in the 8th spot trying to make the Southland Conference tournament coming up, has a 2-point lead over Sam Houston State in Huntsville, and that's hard to do. Sam Houston State is a very tough team in Huntsville.
Yeah, 11-3 in general, so you know that team's going to be great. They're top contenders, second in conference play right now.
6 seconds left to go in Northwestern State. That is in Natchitoches, Louisiana, McNeese with a 3-point lead, 29-26 to go there. And the other game right now that was a 1 p.m. tip, you have Southeastern at Thibodaux, Louisiana, taking on Nichols State. Nichols with a 5-point lead with 3 seconds left to go before halftime as well. Coming up a little bit later, you'll have HBU and, of course, HBU and Lamar, and then, of course, UIW and New Orleans. That game tips at 4 p.m. tonight in New Orleans, Louisiana. Back here looking at it with the number 1 team in the Southland in blocks with the Islander women. There are no blocks to their credit so far. Abilene with 2, McLeod and Mabry each with a single block tonight. You would expect more from the Islanders in that regard, but both teams are coming out a lot to play, a lot at stake for both squads.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to get blocks when they shoot outside all the time.
Very true.
There you go. So they don't put it inside. They were a couple times when shots weren't falling, but for the most part, all their shots are 6 from 11 from the three-point line, shooting 54%, which, like I said, we knew that they were going to do. So trying to force them to get shots inside might actually help them get some more blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So continuing to push out, play out, and let them have the key, because then we rotate around and the defense moves, and we can get blocks or we can get shots and continue to get those defensive boards.
Absolutely. What we'll do, we'll step aside and take our last break and get you guys ready for the second half. Coming up, stay with us. More to come. Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF. Back at the American Bank Center, ready for the third quarter coming up. Doug Kesterson, Brittany Fowler joining you today. 33-31, Islanders trail by 2. And starters are going to be back out after a second half of the halftime ender. See what they can get ready to go. As we mentioned before, the Islanders have been fantastic this season in making second half adjustments. Abilene does a great job at that as well. Who wants this more in the standings? Stephen F. is the top spot at 12-2. Sam Houston State in number 2 spot, 11-3. The Islanders and Abilene are each tied at 10-3. The Islanders won the game back on January 11th. This has a lot to do with seeding and placement as we inch closer and closer after today's game. 6 more games before the Southland Conference Tournament in Katy. It's the Hercules Tire Southland Conference Tournament, March 11th through the 15th at the Merrill Center in Katy, Texas.
Got to get that good seating right there. So fighting for that right now.
You want to buy. The Islanders have done it several years in a row and had to play through in the 5, 6, 7, or 8 seed. The Islander team has done fantastically, though, in playing in the conference tournament. There's Bryant.
Good drive.
All day. Tied now at 33.
I think they're going to start to realize using both of them, one at the high post and one at the low, is going to work out really well for them. They're, on that play back there, they did a good job of complementing each other. Let's see what
Go
defense
lightly
does
trying
here.
to kick something out of there, and it looked like it was off her knee that it got in there. Trying to drive down that baseline. They like to drive down and kick out to the open corner.
Yeah, once again, but a little bit of pressure causes a turnover, just like it did in the first quarter.
Here's Evans. Looking, Westbrook's got some place in position down low, had it.
Reversing the ball. Bryant's inside, she's wide open. Faces a basket. Jumper, it's in.
Now Bryant with back-to-back baskets, excuse me. Now she has 10 in double figures.
Once again, putting a little bit of pressure on Abilene to see what kind of turnovers we can make. They're going to drive it in. It's an easy bucket. She took it. We didn't transition and rotate on defense, so it's a wide open layup.
And Wright typically does not like going to her left. There's a three from Coleman O'Brien.
She wanted it. She was wide open and knew nobody was guarding her. She was clapping for the ball for Day-Day, like, give it to me, and she knew it was going in as soon as she released it.
Go lightly on it in, kicking out. There's Wright. I can hear parents behind trying to guard. There's Go lightly on the corner on Coleman O'Brien. 9 to shoot. Wants to kick back out, maybe for a three.
There it is.
And she knocked it back down. That's how that's their 7th triple of the ball game. Tied back at 38 with 8:07 to go. In the third, here's A.J. Evans working up on the left wing. Booth for three.
Oh, good. O'Brien with the rebound.
Evan with an up fake there. Nicely done.
Got to get out of that corner. There's no room to work right there.
12 to
High
shoot.
post to Westbrook. Moving around to Booth. Outside again. Little short.
Emma could have been called on a foul on a push in the back there.
Could've
There's
charged.
Duque.
Nope.
Brianna Wright for three. Top of the key. In and out. There's another throwaway. Oh,
Another
Booth coming away
turnover.
with it. Did not go out of bounds.
Oh, that was a charge. Trying to draw the foul's okay, but she was set. There's no way she was going to get that call her way. She's got to find some way to get around her for that shot. Good play by Wright right there, taking the charge.
Tied at 38, 7:14 to go here in the third. Go lightly.
Go
from
Lightly hasn't
Oklahoma.
done much this game. She's normally a top scorer for them. She hasn't really been doing much.
Brianna Wright knocked the ball. That's Emma Coleman O'Brien knocked the ball out of her hands. Getting their offense out a little bit out of rhythm. See what Go Lightly can do. She likes to work. She will shoot a contested three.
Once again, another turnover, almost. 5 seconds on the shot clock. McLeod's been scoring a lot this game.
There's
See,
a
she
block.
tries to drive it in. It's a jump shot.
They called a jump ball.
Should be a shot clock violation. Islanders ball should be after this.
Should be. The officials are going to stop for a moment and go and check it out. We do urge you, the Islander women will be back in town for 5 of the 7 home games, which is including today, so we'd love to see you. Next game coming up for the Islander women is at the Dugan Wellness Center hosting Southeastern Louisiana. That game is set for Wednesday night at 7. We'd love to see you there in attendance. You can get tickets by calling 825-2255 or go online to goislanders.com/tickets. That's the next game for the Islander women there at the Dugan, and then a doubleheader in Beaumont as we go next weekend to play the Lamar Cardinals. Islander women have not won there in a very, very long time. Looking to have that little check box and add that little check in that box there.
I think they have a good case their way. They've been playing really really good this season.
Lamar's on the outside looking in right now in the Southland Conference standings. They're at the number 9 spot at 5-9 in Southland Conference. And they said they have 1 second left on the shot clock. So they reviewed. The shot clock had not gone off. A little bit of a break there, but they had
1 second. They basically
it's a
have
catch and shoot.
Catch and shoot. We'll look for a lot of screens and a lot of moving here. Trying to establish position right here in the key.
Official stepping in saying she can't get in there, and Gianna's going to go back and do it anyways.
Oh, there it is. It's got to be an offensive foul.
Official calling for the ball. So that was the way to stop it if you're the blue and green. I didn't see who got – I know Westbrook got tripped up. I didn't see who did it.
Go Lightly got the foul. So no
That's
points
3
for her and 2 fouls for her. Not her typical game today.
There's Evans across the line. Booth. Now
At
to
the
Westbrook.
baseline, that's a shot for her. Good bucket.
Westbrook with 6 points. Needs one more basket, or a couple more baskets. 3 more baskets to catch up with her little brother today. We played a game earlier. Got that information from Mom.
Oh, turnover. Little bit of pressure. They've been putting the ball in some tight spots.
Booth on McLeod, who's the leading scorer in the ball game. Wanted it. Back out to Go Lightly. 9 to shoot.
That's probably more likely what she's used to right there. Doesn't get it to fall, though. Foul on 44.
Is
jump
that on
ball.
44?
No, they called a jump ball.
No, they called it on who?
She did.
They called it on 30. That's the wrong number. It should be 44.
They're going to discuss. I mean, either it's a jump ball and it was their ball, or
the officials, even the players are confused of what's going on right now. They said jump ball, and the official on the far baseline is talking to everybody now, said, no, I had a foul called down here. I believe she quoted the wrong number. As the players are even looking, you can see the confused look on their faces. 5:55 to go underneath the 5-minute mark. We will have a media timeout as the officials are getting together to discuss. And the sound system here in the American Bank Center, which is tremendous, by the way, I love it. It makes it a little difficult for the coaches to hear the officials, what's going on. Even the players coming over a while ago, Gianna Wright looked at Coach Roxanne White, says, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. But it's not overbearingly loud in here for us.
No. But you do have to use your outside voice.
There's 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
So they are giving it back to them on the baseline.
40-38. But then there was not a foul then, obviously,
No
if they're
foul,
going to give the
jump
ball back.
Or 2-0.
Westbrook, nicely done, and then broke right, great in the hands of Go Lightly. Nice concentration on it. That's hard to do.
Backdoor cut. That's a good cut by Wright. Smart player. That's how she gets her points right there.
She wasn't a preseason All-Southland Conference selection for no reason. She's a great player, has been.
Looks like Dede may have just rolled her ankle a little bit. She walked it off.
Coleman O'Brien here on the wing.
Ten seconds on the shot clock. Westbrook at the top of the key. There's 2 people up there. They're going to have to take a shot here or drive it in. Good jump shot by Dede.
Go Lightly with a rebound. McLeod. That was close to 5 seconds before she started moving the second time there. 12 to shoot inside
Decat's
to
working
Duque.
inside. She got the position.
Yeah,
Shot.
she did.
Missed it.
Booth working it up. Down inside to Lacey Westbrook. Lexus Bryant getting ready to come back in.
Screen at the top by Wright. Dede has a mismatch somewhere.
Coleman O'Brien. Booth. Nicely in there.
Good take.
And just could not get it to go.
Got
She
her
got a
own
rebound.
Oh.
The official said she jumped backwards. Timeout on the floor. Fans are not happy with the call. Tied at 40. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. Islander Digital Network, powered by AP Texas and live on KDF. Back here on the Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF here in Corpus Christi. It's 40-40 with 4:21 to go here in the third quarter. Leading scorer in the ballgame, you've got two with 15 points each for the Abilene Christian Wildcats, Brianna Wright and Anna McLeod, and they're both getting it done today from behind the arc as well. 2 of 5 for Brianna Wright, 3 of 4 for Anna McLeod. Only Islander in double figures is number 2, Alexis Bryant, who has entered the game again. Islanders now with 28 points in the paint have out-rebounded Abilene by 2 now, 18-16. So Abilene climbing back up in the rebounding category. And it'll be Wildcats ball.
It's more full court pressure by the Islanders here. See if we can't force some more turnovers.
And to go lightly.
It's good pressure up top. Gonna get back down into man.
Taking time off the shot clock for him. And there's a contested 3.
Oh, wow.
And
good shot.
That's 18 for Brianna Wright.
Can't argue with that one. She had a hand in her face and stepped back behind the men's three-point line.
Evans crosses the line.
Westbrook keeps on fighting. She gets position inside, but it seems like we're a little short in seeing her. A little slow. There's a good pass.
Give Evans the assist and Bryant the bucket. Bryant now with 12. Each team wants to press a little bit more. Here, and that was almost a steal by Coleman O'Brien. Good hands by Go Lightly to hang on to that.
Coach wants pressure up on her. She's their high scorer right now. We need to put a lot of pressure out. Get her to either drive and kick or get the ball out of her hands. Just like that. There's that defensive board
right.
By Westbrook. Pushing it.
Nice pass from Evans, man. That had some zip on it, didn't it? Evans inside.
10 seconds. Good drive, good shot with the foul.
And draws a contact. Evans is not one of the better free throw shooters on the Islander squad. However, she started off the season in the low 30s, is now up at 62%. So that's something she has worked on here in her senior year. I knew she wanted to go out with a bang.
Yeah, high free throw percentage. Coaches want to see 80s and above. I mean, that's really where the game turners, game makers make is shooting 80% and plus from the free throw line.
And first free throw a little bit off the mark. Abilene with a 1-point lead, 43-42. Evans has an opportunity to tie it back up. And a hush over the crowd as it's off the iron, no good, and Adams with the rebound.
Once again, putting pressure out up top with an extra man. Looks like they're in a little 3-2 zone here. Keep them from shooting outside, but they got it anyway and couldn't get the board.
There it is,
Oh,
the nice steal from Evans. Booth affected that right into the hands of Day-Day Evans. Inside Alexis Bryant.
One's open.
Westbrook.
There it is. Good pass.
Islanders retake the lead, 44-43. Wright has it now. Looking back out to Mabry. Westbrook trying to knock the ball loose, did. It's 10 to shoot left for the Wildcats. Adams goes in there, and they're going to call Bryant on the foul.
That's one of their very few shots in the paint, and she made it and got the foul. That'll be her third.
Yes, and here's Tiara Matthews for her. Bryant with 12 points has to go check out. She is 100% from LaFleur today, 5 of 5, 2 of 2 from the free throw line with a rebound and an assist to her credit. But the 3 personal fouls was eating her lunch today. Adams free throw, it looked like it was going to careen off the backside of the rim. She had a fortunate roll. Wildcats now lead by 2. Out to Delicia Booth, back to Day Evans now. Evans.
Abilene's in a little zone right here. If they move the ball around, there's going to be some openings.
Booth.
3 seconds to shoot.
Evans, 2.
Just in time. Couldn't
Hit
get
the
it to
rim,
roll.
rebound coming away is Adams. Still trailing by 2 with 1:17 to go. Brianna Wright.
She
Moving
will
around
shoot
the rim.
that. You got to get up on her.
Rebound Booth.
Unlikely miss right there by Wright.
Under a minute to go here. 57 seconds left.
Westbrook wants the ball at the baseline. She's still working. Booth with the drive. Good pass. Good shots.
It
I
didn't
think
even hit
she's-
the net.
I think she's got more points now than her brother, huh?
I think so. Westbrook now with 8. If that basket is my screen's a little behind, she's got 10.
There we go.
It is. She has 10. One more to catch her brother.
One more possession if they can get the stop for the Islanders. Shot clock's now at 10. Good shot fake. Got
Off a
There's the
knee, and
turnover.
Islanders get it.
We got
Here's
15
Evans.
seconds for the last shot. Coach wants them to slow it down so they can get this last shot right here.
This play typically works
10
very
seconds.
well.
Everybody's at the baseline. They're going to get to Day to drive in and do something with it. Jumper. Good shot.
With 2 seconds left. Islanders outscore the Wildcats in this quarter.
48-46.
Barely.
Barely.
Fourth and final frame coming up. Stay with us. A lot more exciting action coming up here at the American Bank Center. It's the Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF. More to come. Back here at the American Bank Center, Islanders lead by 2, 48-46. A much more closely contested ball game. First matchup for the Islander women versus Abilene back on January the 11th in Abilene. The Islanders won 70-58 in front of 545 rabid fans there in Abilene. They've got a fantastic fan base, and that was without the students back in classes yet. So with 545 in the building, that's a lot of fans to play in front of when it's so far enough place away. Kind of hard to get your fans to travel to that game. Looks like quite a few Abilene fans made it into the house today.
It's always nice when you have a community that acts like that and can back you.
They did win the Southland Conference tournament last year over the Islanders by 1.
Watch that backcourt. There it is.
And there it is from Coleman O'Brien to Tori Nesbitt running the point now as Coleman O'Brien has it. Back out. Nesbitt now to Booth. Wright.
Kind of a little different of a lineup right now with Wright and Matthews.
There's a steal. And there's Booth.
Little turnovers like that make games like this not go very well. So got to really take care of the ball.
Tied it back up now at 48. Brianna Wright with 20 points in this game. Evans will come back in here in a moment. Nesbitt, the backup point guard.
They're not moving the ball. They got to move the ball to get something happening. There it is. And Booth outside with the shot. It didn't fall.
Gianna
Good
Wright.
Rebound.
Coleman O'Brien with it.
Another rebound. Hey, but eventually it fell.
There's a lot of contact down low.
Transition offense right there. Couldn't make it drop. Go right still. Go lightly still with no points.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Matthews falling back. They called a travel on her. And she's trying to kick the ball out and just couldn't quite get that out of her hands fast enough to hit Tori Nesbitt. So the Islanders force a turnover down. Islanders turn the ball over low. And now Duque going in there and draws the contact. Islanders have taken the lead back now 50-48 with Duque coming to the line, going to shoot 2. And here's number 2, Alexis Bryant, going to come back in. Duque is a 61% free throw shooter. She's a much better shooter from the floor than her free throws. Typically, as you mentioned a while ago, the free throw shooters up in there, but she can knock them down. Has a chance to tie it back up with 8:59 to go in the game. I have a feeling this might go into free basketball.
I think so. Who's going to make the free throws?
And right now, Abilene was 4 of 5, and now 5 of 6. With Duque's second one on the way is good. Tied at 50. Nesbitt walking up easily. Crosses the line. McLeod putting a lot of pressure on her. Serrata here on the wing. Matthews is open on the baseline for a moment. There's
Abilene's
Bryant.
in a little zone right here. Keep on moving the ball, reversing it. You're going to find an open man. You cannot make those turnovers. It's the second one. They got lucky and got it back.
Mabry was trying to go catch it and keep it and try to get another possession and just stepped on the line when she touched the ball.
6 seconds.
Great effort. Serrata with a little jump shot. She's on the board. Her family in the house today. Booth out with a high hand, guarding on McLeod.
Drives in, looking, no one was open.
Brianna Wright.
Those two have been on it this game.
Stepped on the line. All right. Wright not happy with herself on there. Kind of that. She knew she had a move going, and I think she had something working. She wanted it. The defense had opened up for a moment. And Nesbitt out. Here's Day-Day Evans back in. Islanders with a 2-point lead, 52-50. 8:03 to go in the ball game here from the American Bank Center. Islander men will come up about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Evans calmly across to Delisa Booth. Abilene's defense very tough today. Down to Serrata, to Alexis Bryant. Matthews.
With the board and the putback. That puts us up 4. We get a stop and we can continue to build on this lead, it'd be good.
The Islanders want to hold that 4-point lead. You cannot allow Abilene to have a 3. And they're looking for one right now.
Wright notices the mismatch with Matthew. She's going to try to do her best to figure something out. You got to watch out. She'll shoot it from out there. I think that's a good switch for them. Golightly hasn't done too much. She does have 2 points for this game. What is that going to be with the
And
charge?
that's a player control foul.
It looks like Danny may have hit her tailbone on that one.
Yeah. Those don't feel good.
No, not at all.
This do not feel good at all. Islanders forced another turnover there. Evans. You can hear assistant coach Darren Brunson, who was a point guard in college. He's kind of coaching her as the weather comes up.
Oh, it's a bad pass. It's a good look.
Islanders are getting back in transition quickly.
Oh, yes, that was. You have to, I mean, it's obvious. That's an elbow to the face.
And
Come on.
I would not be surprised if they don't review that later.
Aggressive basketball is one thing, but you can't just throw your elbow in somebody's face.
And there's a timeout on the floor. We're going to step aside and take it with you. Islanders lead by 4, 6:49 to go in the game, 54-50. Islander Digital Network, powered by EP Texas and live on KDF. Back here at the American Bank Center, Doug Kesperson, Brittany Fowler with you. 54-50, Islanders lead with 6:49 to go. This is the kind of float timeout in there. Islanders are shooting 55% from the floor. Abilene shooting 46. In a typical day, Abilene shooting 46 is that's just pretty much a standard day, day in, day out. They are fantastic shooters from the floor. 46% there, but the thing that's really worked a little bit better here in this second half, Islanders have held them to only 8 threes in the ball game and have only attempted 17. They like to attempt about 40 per game. So
wow.
That's the defense. That's the second half adjustment we were talking about here for the Islanders. Needed to bring those down a little bit.
And we did pick up our boards. We're up 24 to their 19, which a lot of those were putbacks is why we're up 4 right now.
And here's Islander ball after the timeout. And that was the Abilene timeout called by Julie Goodenough.
Oh, big ball.
And that's into the stands. McKenna Serrato was trying to wrap past that, and I believe that was number 32, Michaela Mabry, the junior from San Antonio. Westbrook getting ready to come back in. Coleman O'Brien looking, got it to Bryant. And a whistle.
I think we got bailed out with the foul right there. Honestly, in that point in time.
Foul on 30, and that would be on Anna McLeod.
That was her second. I really like to see Bryant and Westbrook together. They're fun to watch and working together in the paint.
Evans looking, got it all the way back out to Serrata. When she's healthy, she can hit the threes. We missed her early going in the year. Could really use McKenna Serrata's athleticism. 7 to shoot. Coleman O'Brien.
Good pass. Oh, she's got to go up a little stronger than that. Blocked underneath.
But she's staying on one leg.
Oh, right. That big old brace.
Go lightly here on the right wing.
It's a good take by her. That's her second bucket.
And that's nicely done from the senior from Oklahoma. 2-point ball game, 5:53 to go. Media timeout coming up underneath the 5-minute mark. Serrata out on the wing. Back to Evans. Coleman O'Brien. No looker to Evans.
They're in a little zone right here. So a lot of times in the middle, if you hit it, there's going to be someone wide open backside like that right there. Good shot fake. And the jumper Not off the backboard.
Westbrook.
With the rebound and the putback. That's it right there.
This is back-to-back games for the freshman scoring in double figures. She has 12, tied with Bryant. So she matched her little brother in points scored today. And Serrata with a rebound.
Coach giving them okay to push right here. Let's see what they do.
Islanders lead by 4, 56-52. Bryant in the elbow. Coleman O'Brien wanted, up fake, trying to shake off McLeod. McLeod didn't go for it. Spin move.
Good reverse, good pass. Oh, she didn't grab it all the way before she shot it. That was a great look right there.
Timeout on the floor. Islanders lead by 4. 4:45 to go. Stay with us. More to come. Islander Digital Network and live on KDF 47. Back here at the American Bank Center in Corpus Christi, Texas, the Islanders with a 4-point lead, 56-52, 4:45 to go in this ball game. 2 players in double figures for the Islander women, 2 in double figures for Abilene. Brianna Wright with 20 and 15 for Anna McLeod. You have 12 each for Alexis Bryant and Alicia Westbrook, but 9 points for Delicia Booth and 9 for Emma Coleman O'Brien. So Islanders knocking on the door of having 4 players in double figures in this game here at the American Bank Center.
Hey, you like to see that. That means the ball's moving. More than one person's getting a hand on it and getting shots. Right now, Abilene Christian, only Brianna White and McLeod are in double figures, and they have a majority of the points. I would expect those 2 to come out and try to gain the lead right now. Try to find anything they can because they've been hitting this whole game.
And it's Wildcat ball starting off after the timeout.
More pressure by the Islanders.
And Brianna Wright doing everything she can to get across the timeline. Duque out on the perimeter.
There's McLeod with the ball. She's going to look to make something happen.
And try to hit Dominique, go lightly in the corner, and that pass was just a little off the mark. And I believe they're going to say it was off an Islander.
Booth actually reached around and hit it from behind.
Okay.
Not something a coach likes to see, but sometimes it works pretty well.
Yes, sometimes it goes right in your favor.
Yes.
11 to shoot. Brianna Wright wanted the step back, and that was a little bit short. Coleman O'Brien had it last touch. It was Alyssa Adams falling down trying to save it. Had the possession for the Wildcats and just couldn't quite hang on to it. Islanders forced turnover number 18 on the Wildcats. The Islanders have 15 turnovers, so each team pretty even today. Booth back to Evans, across the line.
Still putting a little pressure up top. There's a wide open. She didn't. Oh, she was falling forward. She didn't expect that to go in.
Bryant now with 14 points. Islanders lead by 6, 58-52. Under 4 minutes to go in this game.
They're going to really have to lock up Wright and McLeod. Those 2 are going to be really looking to score here to try to get the lead back. But there's the drive and the dish.
And that was a nice pass from Brianna Wright, who's one of the top leaders in the Southland Conference in assists. And that showed why. She drew all the pressure down in there, got the double team, and her teammate was wide open. 58-54. Islanders can use a 3.
This is good ball movement for this zone. Eventually they're going to find something.
10 to shoot. Bryant from the baseline. Bryant with back-to-back buckets. She's been feeling it pretty good today.
continuing with the pressure, trying to see what they can get. As long as they don't lose Wright or McLeod, I think we'll be good on this defensive stop if we can get it.
16 to shoot for the Wildcats, trailing by 6, 60-54.
Good back cut, turnover. They got it back.
Booth grinning from ear to ear. She just got a finger on that one.
Coach, watch the lob pass. Lob pass. Watch the back kick. Watch the back kick.
There's to Brianna Wright.
Good hands by Evans.
3 to shoot.
Jump shot. It doesn't fall.
Right into the hands of Evans. Adams had the chance for the rebound and just couldn't quite hang on to it. Adams is one of those players that's going to have another year for Coach Julie Goodenough. It's going to be fun to watch her and Lacey Westbrook next year.
Oh, yeah.
2:22 to go. Islanders lead by 6.
Double screen up top for Evans. I don't know how she turned up. I don't know how they saved that ball. That was,
I don't either.
Once again, hot potato. That ball's been moving around a lot today.
Go lightly for 3. That's the 3 that they did not need to give
I
up.
think that's her first shot outside of the whole game. She's got 5 now. Normally in double digits. She hasn't shown much today, but it looks like she's trying to step up.
And that
which
was
I'm
her
sure she
first shot
does.
from outside. You were absolutely right. 3-point lead. 1:40 to go. Islanders need a score on this possession.
Make this zone move. Find the open man. There it is. Westbrook inside on the back side. Good fake to the right. Doesn't fall. Good fight
Loose
for
ball.
the ball.
And the referee says it's Islander ball. Last touch by number 3, Dominique Go Lightly.
I think she was laying on the baseline when she touched the ball last. That's why it was out of bounds on them.
1:19 to go. They're going to come and review that, so that's why they sent the teams to the benches just for a moment. It's a 3-point lead. Islanders 60-57, 1:19 to go in this game. Each team in Southland Conference play sitting in the 3rd and 4th spots respectively according to Southland. Abilene and Islanders 10-3 coming into today's game. Winner would move up to 11-3.
Trying to get that position.
That
for
third
A&M
spot.
would be great.
You want to stay in the top 4 and have a first-round bye. You want to be 3 or 4, have a first-round bye, play the second day, and that way you're warmed up. If you can win, fortunate enough to win when you're in the tournament, then
Right.
you can in the semis, and then it's all on from there. Islanders had an incredible run. These two teams faced in the Southland Conference tournament. Abilene at many points in the contest, and they're going to say it's Abilene ball. Abilene has got it out to as much as a 15 to 17-point lead 2 different times in that contest last year, and the Islanders come roaring back each time. Tied back and forth. I can't remember how many lead changes there were, but there were quite a few.
1:19 left.
If you're an Islander fan, you want a turnover here. There's a
that
steal.
turnover. Now here's where you want to use some clock, but you also want to make sure you get a bucket because we're only up 3 right now.
Absolutely. Evans.
Westbrook's fighting inside. If you can get it to that high post right there, the lob inside will be there. Good drive by Booth, and it goes in.
And the official said the clock did not stop. I have to give credit to the officials today. A lot of fans and a lot of parents and people sometimes want to always criticize the officiating, say they're horrible, may not agree with all the calls today, but they have been very good with their technique. They have been very good, Brittany, also with their watching and the fundamentals.
Well,
watching the clock, the shot clocks, and
Right.
paying attention to the particulars, reviewing plays when they feel it's necessary.
Right, and they've actually gone back and reviewed it a couple times, which we have not always had that luxury to be able to review plays. So it's nice that they're actually using that.
She's saying 58 seconds, so they're going to put another 1.5 seconds on the clock. And the Wildcats called a timeout, so they should have 2 left. The Islanders with 1 with 58 seconds to go here from the American Bank Center. Islanders lead 62-57.
And you know, Abilene's drawing up a play right now. I guarantee you they're going to either
They want a 3. That's their in their wheelhouse. That's what they do.
To Wright or McLeod. That's where it's going. They're going to look for either of those.
I would personally watch for number 3, Dominique Golightly. She
right.
can shoot those contested threes pretty well. There was a play that happened in Abilene. Alexis Bryant was out Gardner. High hand up in her face, and Golightly just right by Bryant's fingers and hit nothing but the bottom of the net. She is excellent on those contested shots. They play very well in Abilene.
So after that timeout, they're going to get the ball right on the sideline at half court.
McLeod to inbound. Got it to Mabry.
Good pressure.
Near the backcourt. Right, not a nice job stopping, keeping her feet, stepping on the line.
Really have to show on those screens. Good take. A little bit of contact. They didn't call that. Shot didn't go in.
Islander ball.
Jump ball, and it's ours.
Timeout, Coach Chadwick, to advance it in the front court. 42.1 seconds left. And the ball in your front court. 62-57. And the last timeout, the Islanders, with 42 points in the paint today, have out-rebounded the Abilene Christian Wildcats, which is very, very low, 26-21. The Islanders are averaging 39 rebounds a game. Abilene averaging 38 a game. So this is one of those ones you can tell it's evenly matched teams.
Oh, it is. And look at the scoring percentage. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why they're not getting a lot of those boards. Both of these teams are actually shooting really well today.
Abilene averages 47% from the field per game. The Islanders 43% per game. And the free throw average for Abilene 74%. The Islanders is 69.9, so knocking on the door of 70%. So each team very disciplined, each team very well coached. Got it inbound to Alexis Bryant. And they're going to call the foul on number 10, Brianna Wright.
It's going to be her first.
And that's just the 4th team foul for Abilene.
Considering that's probably a decent play. I mean, you only have 40 seconds left. You'd rather stop the clock and get a foul with someone that doesn't have any.
They have one more to give. There's inbound to Booth. And that's what they're doing, fouling.
That's it.
37.5 left. That's
that'll be her third.
5th. And Anna McLeod, as you said, her 3rd personal foul. Delicia Booth, who's in double figures with 11. 16 for Bryant, 12 for Westbrook. First free throw from Booth is perfect. 77% from the free throw line this season for the senior, who has scored 1,167 points in her career coming into the game. Knocks them both down, and the big grin shows it. The big grin shows it, 64-57. And that's one of the things, too, with my vantage point, traveling with the team, getting to watch practice, being for shoot-arounds. They do a really strong emphasis on free throws.
Yeah.
A lot of teams work on threes. The Islanders work on free throws.
And that's good. Like you said, this is going to be a make or break. Free throws are always going to be in close games like this, make or break. So making those go in and having them count towards us is a good thing.
64-57 the score. Abilene ball on the 5. Okay, I'm trying to follow along with how many timeouts they had. They have 1 timeout left. The Islanders with 3. Okay. It was the 5 fouls. That's what it is. Okay. Sorry, for those of you who cannot see this one scoreboard, this was at one point in time a scoreboard on to our right for arena football. So it is a football scoreboard that they are able to use to score and have it on the opposite end. So it's down to go, ball on in quarter. So they have, it looks like 1 to go with no down and the ball on the 5. And now you're up to speed on
their sideline. 37 seconds to go, 30 on the shot clock.
Yeah, good enough called the timeout to advance it. save as much time as they can. 7.5 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock for the Abilene Christian Wildcats.
Just some solid defense is all you need right here. Obviously, you're going to look outside for their shooters.
They're going to hit
Decay's
something.
working inside for the ball. That was a shot with
Rebound.
her left hand.
Alexis Bryant, they're going to call a jump ball. It'll be Abilene's. It's smart play right there. Get in there and just go tie it up. If you can get your hands anywhere near the ball, go grab it. 32.9 seconds left now in the game. Abilene with 20 seconds to shoot. Go lightly. There's the kick out to Mabry. Assistant coach Darren Brunson wanted them to foul. He was like, good job, Emma Coleman O'Brien, to get that foul to kind of stop that drive.
It's only 2 fouls for us. So, yeah, good stop. Rather the foul than the 2 points.
Brianna Wright,
Once
and
again,
Booth
another
comes and
foul.
fouls her. Her second personal, and that's what they wanted. Here's the hack-a-shack, so to speak, correct?
Well, they're fouling because they'd rather get the foul than the 3-point shot at this point in time because we still have fouls to give, and that was just a gimme.
Why did go lightly?
I don't know what happened there.
Well, she made the basket. Nobody touched her, and she picks herself up off the floor.
I think she rolled her ankle, honestly.
Think so?
Yeah, she went up and then
hopefully
rolled her
she's
ankle and
fine.
went down.
Hopefully she's fine. I didn't see how it happened. I knew there was nobody standing up and tripped over her. So.
I know there was no defensive stop right there, but that's okay. We're still up 5 with the ball, 22 seconds to go. I'm sure Abilene's going to come in fouling. So what you really want to do is have someone catch the ball that can put in these free throws.
And if you're looking at that for the Islanders, 74% free throw shooter Alexis Bryant. You've got Emma Coleman O'Brien, who's a 79% free throw shooter, or number 22, Delicia Booth, 77% free throw shooter. Well, then Westbrook has moved up as well this season. Did not start off the year very well, but she's at 67%. So
getting the ball on the sideline. They still have a foul, 2 fouls, 1 foul to give. They're at 5 right now. There's Westbrook with the ball and the foul right away.
And I had a feeling that's where they were going to get it to. 21.6 seconds left, and Westbrook going to the line for 2. And they're going to leave Westbrook alone at the line. 67% from the free throw line this season for Lacey Westbrook. First one's good. 65-59 Islanders. Westbrook now with 13. 6 of 7 from the field today for the freshman with 6 rebounds.
She makes both. Good job by the freshman.
And look at that big smile on her face. Well, Mama, she's listening along at home. Mrs. Johnson following along, watching today from Lacey's hometown in Kansas City, Missouri. She outdid her little brother.
She did. He's
With
going to have to bring it his next game.
21.6 seconds left, and I'm going to have to just remind her, that's fuel for me for the road games. It's like, what did the little brother do today? And just get her thinking about it. Islander women coming up next. We'll have a home game at the Dugan Wellness Center Wednesday night, 7 p.m. tip-off. It's the pink game. So we would love to see your happy, bright, shining faces there on campus. The last home game the Islander women had at the Dugan Wellness Center, it was completely packed, taking on Sam Houston State. We need your help and attendance again. McLeod to inbound, looking, got it to go lightly. Wants it, McLeod, a contested 3, a little short, off the rim.
Rebound.
Booth holding it and fouled. They wanted to typically on that, you come in and inbound it, correct?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I think the refs are trying to figure out it too. I don't know what he's wanting.
Now the officials are going to go and they're going to go and confer on everything. I have not seen the officiating crews work multiple games together. They typically put together a different crew so it's fair and as balanced as it can be. They are conferring, and now they're going to go over and probably check out a replay for a moment, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Again, I was mentioning just a second ago, the Islander women will be back at the Dugan Wellness Center Wednesday night. Tickets are available now by calling 825-BALL. That's 825-2255. If you're in the Corpus Christi area, we'd love for you to come join us and see us there at the Dugan Wellness Center. The last game versus San Houston State, it was a home crowd advantage helped out. Let's put it that way. And it's always great playing in front of your home fans.
It's great when you have everybody in the seat cheering for you. You sit down at a timeout and you just see people all around you cheering your team on. And then when the crowd gets crazy, when you do something awesome, you hit a shot, it's a momentum lifter right there. And this game is all about momentum.
And it is the yelling and the noise that you can feel, Britt. It was awesome. When they got loud, and when they make a basket, you just feel it coming at you.
So the ref's confirming it's actually 15.4 on the clock.
Okay. $66-59 the score, 15.4 seconds left. After time added back. The Islander men will be up next after the conclusion of this game, but probably 30 minutes after. And I'm going to check with Jaime over here. Is Islander Insider going to run after in between? So if you have not caught the latest edition of Islander Insider, we invite you to follow along on KDF. And the Islander men will be coming up after that, about 30 minutes after the completion of this game. We will have head coach Royce Chadwick here at the conclusion of the game. Brittany will get his thoughts quickly. We will step aside for a moment and back with the final stats. And those, of course, brought to you by HEB.
Sideline in.
Coleman O'Brien.
Good
Westbrook.
play right there. Oh, couldn't drop it. It was a
good play.
Good drop.
Brianna Wright, step back three.
She released that a little too quick.
7 seconds left as Coleman O'Brien is fouled by number 3, Dominique Golightly.
I don't think that was her regular shot that she normally shoots. It looks like she pushed it a little much.
Golightly, it's her 5th foul. She is out of the game with 7 seconds left. That brings in number 31, Maddie Miller. Islanders are 7 seconds away from sweeping Abilene this season.
And getting that next ranked spot up.
Coleman O'Brien's free throw's good. She's in double figures now with 10. Her first 3 throws of the ball game. Second one on the way. It's good. 11. 6 seconds left. Wright's just going to bring it up. It hits the ball on the floor for a moment. Pass it around, hold it, and they waved it off. Nice shot from her, from Anna McLeod. So Islanders come away with a win. Brittany, your thoughts on today's game before we have head coach Royce Chadwick?
Hey, they had a game plan. They knew they were going to come out and shoot it from outside, and they did. They transitioned, and they stopped them from the outside in the second half. I'm not sure what they shot just yet, but I'm going to say that their percentage was definitely not as high as it was in the first half, Abilene shooting. They took it away inside. We got a lot of shots inside. Our post did a great job. Rebounds were great, as usual. They came and win. That's why they got this win, really. Keeping everything that they normally do and just going on top of that and getting the stops from the outside that Abilene normally gets.
As tradition, head coach Royce Chadwick will take off his tie, and he throws it into the stands and gives to a lucky fan, and those are embroidered ties. On the bottom it says Islanders, so those are pretty neat.
Okay.
And here comes head coach Royce Chadwick making his way over. If I could steal those from you right there, Britt. And here is your head coach of the Islander women's basketball team, Coach Royce Chadwick, here on the postgame quickly, live on the Islander Digital Network and live on KDF. Coach, your thoughts on the way your team played today against a very good Abilene Christian Wildcat team?
Well, it's a bounce-back game for us. We felt good about our opportunity here to show we're a little bit better than we played in our last game. We knew what they were going to do. We didn't do a real good job of implementing our game plan in the first half. I thought we came back the second half and did a much better job of trying to take away the things we wanted to take away. I don't know how many threes they got off in the second half, but our goal was to make sure they didn't get 11 of them off like they did in the first half. Felt good about the way that we attacked. I thought Day played a great job of running the floor, being the floor general for us. And, you know, Lex dealt with foul trouble all night. I thought Emma did some good things. Dee did some good stuff. So I feel good about where our team is and the way we were able to finish. But when you have seniors, you should be able to finish games like that.
Absolutely. And quickly, just so you can get a quick note here, 4 of your 5 starters scored in double figures, with Evans with 8.
when you spread it around like that, I think it makes it really hard to guard. And we're a whole lot better in Corpus than we are somewhere else. So when we're playing at home, our kids they're confident they get to play in front of these people, and they always show up for us. So got a lot of things cooking here at home, but a lot of basketball left to play, and see what we got next Wednesday.
Absolutely, and I've been inviting people all day. Come join us at the Dugan Wellness Center, 7 p.m. tip versus Southeastern, Coach.
Well, you got record setters on this team. Delicia Booth, one of the top 10 players in several categories. Emma Young, Alexis Bryant, Day Evans. I mean, all these girls are some of the all-time greats that have ever played here to date. And they got 6 basketball games left. I think 4 of them at home.
We want to see you.
Worth the price of admission. Come check them out.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, Coach, and congratulations on the W. All right, we're going to step aside for just a moment, and we'll have the final stats from HEB right after this. It's Islander Digital Network powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF. More to come. Stay with us. Back here on the Islander Digital Network, powered by AEP Texas and live on KDF. If Coach Brunson will turn, there we are here in Corpus Christi. Here, assistant coach Darren Brunson joining us now here on the postgame. Coach, quickly, your thoughts on how the team played today, since it was your scout.
Well, I thought we played well. We came out, the first quarter we didn't actually do the scout, because one of the things was we didn't want them to shoot a lot of threes, and they had 11 threes at halftime. So we came back out and just said, hey, we don't want all those threes. They still shot some, but they didn't make them.
Fortunate enough for the Islanders, that was good in there. So we move up in the standings now to 11-3 in Southland Conference play. Abilene falls to 10-4 in Southland Conference play. So we officially have moved up to the 3rd spot officially, unofficially, once we get the release from the Southland coming up. Your thoughts on how 4 players today All but the starting five, or almost all four starting five, are double figures, with the exception of Day-Day Evans with 8. But where Day-Day Evans really stepped up her game is in the assists today, with 3 assists and, of course, 3 steals.
Well, I think we told them coming into it to be patient and share the ball. We took good shots. We didn't force a lot of shots, and we looked for our teammates, and that was one of the things we talked about was an extra pass. And the results are what you see here.
Absolutely. And let's go over the final stats. Brought to you by HEB. No store does more than my HEB. HEB Plus with curbside and delivery service. So you guys checking it out, want to know more about it, HEB.com. And that's how you find out about there with the curbside delivery. It's fun stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You use it, I use it. It's great. Let's go over the Abilene Christian Wildcats. 20 points for Brianna Wright and 15 for Anna McLeod. Dominique Golightly with 7, 6 for Michaela Mabry, and 4 for Lexi Duque. They had 59 points, 24 rebounds, 9 offensive, 15 defenses. As a team, they were 22 of 50 from the field for 44%, 9 of 20 from the three-point line for 45%, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line at 85%. For the Islander women, as I mentioned just a second ago, 4 players in double figures, led by number 2, Alexis Bryant with 16, 14 for the freshman in back-to-back double-figure games for Lacey Westbrook with 14, 22 Delicia Booth at 13, Coleman O'Brien with 11, and Day-Day Evans with 8, 4 for Tierra Matthews, 2 for McKenna Serrata. And Islanders get it done there with 68 points today, 31 rebounds, 11 offensive, and 20 defensive. As a team, they were 29 of 54 from the field for 53.7% here in the American Bank Center, and 1 of 6 from downtown for 16%. If you're looking at just pure stats, Islanders said, well, that's not very good. But what's really good is 9 of 11 from the free throw line for 81%.
Yeah, well, I think talking to the girls, we have to do what we have to do to win ball games. A couple of games ago we were hitting threes.
Yes.
That was good. We hit threes to win that ball game. And today, we took what was given to us. We didn't really force a lot of shots. And like I said, looking for the extra pass leads to that, percentage of shooting.
And one interesting note here, the Islanders 20 points off turnovers, Abilene Christian with 24 points off turnovers, but this is where the category the Islander women have really led for a majority of the season is points in the paint. 20 more points in the paint than Abilene Christian, 46-26 on that margin.
Yeah, well, we knew that coming in because they shot so many threes, so that's not really a lopsided figure for them because when they came in, I think we sat down and figured out they were averaging in the last 4 or 5 games 30 to 33 threes a game.
Yes.
And so what we wanted to do was try to minimize those open
held it
shots
down to
that they
20
got.
today, and that was great.
Yes.
And surprisingly, you held that was Brianna Wright and Anna McLeod each with probably 2 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well,
they had all those points up there at the end of the third.
Well, yeah, because we weren't following the scout. We followed the scout in the second half.
Yeah.
So that made a big difference.
Coach Brunson, let's enjoy the win. Islander Insider is going to come up next. Stephen King will have the call for the Islander men's game coming up after this. More basketball to come here from the American Bank Center. Tickets are available. You can still come see the game, but if not, keep it locked right here. It's the Islander Digital Network powered by AP Texas and live on KDF. Thank you so much for watching. Islander Insider up next.
Thank you.